dreamed of forest alleys fair and fields of grey flowered grass,
where by the yellow summer moon my Jenny seemed to pass.
I dreamed the yellow summer moon behind a cedar wood
lay white on fields of rippling grass, where I
and Jenny stood. I dreamed, but falling through my dream, in a rainy land I lie, where one wet morning crowns the hills of grim reality.
I am as one that keeps awake all night in the month of June, that lies awake in bed to watch the trees and great white moon. For memories of love are more than the white moon there above, and dearer than quiet moonshine are the thoughts of her I love.
Last night I lingered long without my last of loves to see.
Alas, the moon-white window panes stared blindly back on me.
Today I hold her very hand, her very waist embrace.
Like clouds across a pool I read
Her thoughts upon her face, and yet as now through her clear eyes I seek the inner shrine.
I stoop to read her virgin heart in doubt if it be mine.
Oh, looking long and fondly thus, what vision should I see? No vision, but my own white face that grins and mimics me.
Once more upon the same old seat, in the same sunshiny weather,
The elm tree shadows at their feet
and foliage move together. The shadows shift upon the grass, the dial point creeps on.
the clear sun shines, the loiterers pass,
As then they passed and shone.
but now deep sleep is on my heart, deep sleep and perfect rest.
Hope's flutterings now disturb no more the quiet of my breast. has moved to something high in my cold heart, and I
that do not often pray would pray tonight.
And first on thee I call for bread, O God of might.
Enough of bread for all, that through the famished town
Cold hunger may lie down,
with none tonight. I pray for hope no less,
strong sinewed hope, O Lord,
that to the struggling young
may preach with brazen tongues,
stout labor, high success,
and bright reward. And last, O Lord, I pray for hearts resigned and bold to trudge the dusty way, hearts stored with song and joke, and warmer than a cloak against the cold.
if nothing else he had,
He who has this has all,
this comforts under pain,
this through the stinging rain,
keeps ragamuffin glad
behind the wall.
This makes the sand inn
A palace for a prince,
and this when griefs begin,
and cruel fate a noise can bring to mind the joys of ages.
boldly I count the only way that suits in this mixed world the truly wise,
Who boldly smile upon despair and shake their bells in Grandam Grundy's eyes.
singers should sing with such a goodly cheer that the bare listening should make strong like wine at this unruly time of year, the feast of Valentine.
We do not now parade our arts and shoulds and motives and beliefs in God. Their life lies all indoors, sad thoughts must keep the house while gay thoughts go abroad.
Within we hold awake for hopes deceased, but in the public streets in windows sun keep open puppet booth of fun. Our powers perhaps are small to please, but even Negro songs and castanets,
Old jokes and hackneyed repartees are more than the parade of vain regrets.
let Jacques stand wuthering by the wounded deer. We shall make merry, honest friends of mine, at this unruly time of year, the feast of Valentine.
I know how day by weary day hope fades, love fades, 1,000 pleasures fade.
I have not trudged in vain that way on which life's daylight darkens shade by shade, and still with hopes decreasing, griefs increase, still with what wit I have shall I for one keep open at the annual feast, the puppet booth of fun.
I care not if the wit be poor, the old one motley stained with rain and tears,
If but the courage still endure that filled and strengthened hope in earlier years,
if still with friends averted, fate severe,
a glad untainted cheerfulness be mine to greet the unruly time of year, the feast of Valentine. Priest, I am none of thine, and see
in the perspective of still hopeful youth,
the truth shall triumph over thee.
truth to oneself. I know no other truth.
I see strange days for thee and thine, O priest, and how your doctrines fall in one by one, shall furnish at the annual feast, the puppet booth of fun.
Stand on your putrid ruins, stand,
White neck clothed bigot fixedly the same,
cruel in all things but the hand.
inquisitor in all things but the name, back minister of Christ and source of fear, we cherish freedom back with thee and thine, from this unruly time of year, the feast of Valentine. Blood thou mayest spare, but what of tears?
But what of riven households, broken faith,
By words that cling through all men's ears,
and drag them surely down to shame and death?
stand back, O cruel man, O foe of youth,
And let such men as hearken not thy voice
press freely up the road to truth, the king's highway of choice. Strange are the ways of men, and strange the ways of God.
we tread the mazy paths that all our fathers trod.
We tread them undismayed, and undismayed behold
the portents of the sky, the things that were of old.
The fiery stars pursue their course in heaven on high,
And round the leaguered town
crest-tossing heroes cry, crest-tossing heroes cry. And martial fights declare how small to mortal minds is merely mortal care. And to the clang of steel and cry of piercing flute, upon the azure peaks a god shall plant his foot. A god in arms shall stand, and seeing white and far the green and golden earth, the killing tide of war, he with uplifted arm shall to the skies proclaim the gleeful fate of man, the noble road to fame. Sails the deep Awhile, loud runs the roaring tide. The seas are wild and wide. Oh, many a salt, oh, many a desert mile, the unchained breakers ride, the quivering stars beguile. Hope bears the sole command.
Hope with unshaken eyes sees floor and storm arise.
Hope the good steersman with unwearying hand steers under changing skies, unchanged toward the land.
the quiet light.
I see the trees stand fair against the faded air, and star by star prepare the perfect night.
And in my bosom, Lord, content and quiet grow toward perfect peace. And now when day is done, brief day of wind and sun, the pure stars one by one their troop increase. Keen pleasure and keen grief give place to great relief. Farewell, my tears. Still sounds toward me float. I hear the bird's small note. Sheep from the far sheep cote and lowing steers. For lo, the war is done. Lo, now the battle won. The trumpet still, the shepherds lend us rain. The country sounds again, awaken wood and plain. On hoar and hill, loud wars and loud love cease. I welcome my release. And hail once more, free foot and wayward wide, and oft at eventide, lying low to talk beside the hostile door. I do not fear to own me kin to the glad courts in which spring flowers begin, or to my brothers, the great trees that speak with pleasant voices in the breeze, loud talkers with the winds that pass, or to my sister, the deep grass. Of such I am, of such my body is, that thrills to reach its lips to kiss, that gives and takes with wind and sun and rain, and feels keen pleasure to the point of pain. Of such are these, the brotherhood of stalwart trees, the humble family of flowers that make a light of shadowy bowers, or star the edges of the bent. They give and take sweet color and sweet scent.
they joy to shed themselves abroad.
Tree and flower and grass and song,
Thrill and leap and live and sing, with silent voices in the spring.
My breath, since all is still unchanged by death, since in some pleasant valley I may be, clod beside clod, or tree by tree. Long ages hence, with her I love this hour, and feel a lively joy to share, with her the sun and rain and air. To taste her quiet neighborhood, as the dumb things of field and wood, the clod, the tree and starry flower, alone of all things, have the power.
What man may learn, what man may do, of right or wrong, of false or true,
while skipper-like his course he steers, through 29 mingled years,
half misconceived and half forgot. So much I know and practice not. Old are the words of wisdom old, the counsels of the wise and bold. To close the ears,
to check the tongue,
to keep the pining spirit young, to act the right,
to say the truth,
and to be kind whatever you do. Thus we across
the modern stage follow the wise of every age,
and as oaks grow and rivers run,
unchanged in the unchanging sun,
so the eternal march of man goes
loves the sour.
A little love is none at all.
That wanders or that fears.
A hearty love
Dwells still at call to kisses or to tears.
such then be mine, my love to give, and such be yours to take. A faith to hold, a life to live, for loving kindness' sake.
Should you be sad, should you be gay, or should you prove unkind, a love to hold the growing way and keep the helping mind.
A love to turn the laugh on care,
When wrinkled care appears, and with an equal will to share your losses and your tears.
to her, for I must still regard her as feminine in her degree.
Who has been my unkind bombarder?
Year after year, in grief and glee, year after year, with oaken tree. And yet between whiles my laudator,
In terms astonishing to me,
to the right reverend the spectator,
I hear a humble dedicator
bring the last apples from my tree.
in tones of love, in tones of warning. She hailed me through my brief career,
And kiss and buffet night and morning,
told me my grandmama was near. Whether she praised me high and clear,
through her unrivaled circulation,
or sanctimonious, insincere,
she damned me with a misquotation,
a checkered but a sweet relation.
say was it not my granny dear? Believe me, granny, altogether,
Yours, though perhaps to your surprise,
oft have you spruced my wounded feather,
oft brought a light into my eyes.
cries. In any civil age or nation, the book that is not talked of dies. So that shall be my termination, whether in praise or execration. Still, if you love me, criticize.
I now, O friend, whom noiselessly the snows settle around, and whose small chamber grows
dusk as the sloping window takes its load.
the kindly hill, as to complete our hap, has ta'en us in the shelter of her lap.
Well sheltered in our slender grove of trees and a ring of walls, we sit between her knees.
A disused quarry paved with rose plots hung,
with clematis, the barren womb whence sprung.
The crow-stepped house itself, that now far seen,
Stands like a bather
to the neck in green.
a disused quarry furnished with a seat, sacred to pipes and meditation meet. For such a sunny and retired nook,
There in the clear warm mornings many a book
has vied with the fair prospect of the hills,
that veil on veil,
rough bray on bray upfills. Halfway to the zenith of the vacant sky, to keep my loose attention, Horace has sat with me
whole mornings through,
and Montaigne gossiped,
fairly false and true,
and chattering peppies,
and a few beside that suit the easy vein, the quiet tide,
the calm and certain stay of garden life.
far sunk from all the thunderous roar of strife.
there is about the small secluded place a garnish of old times, a certain grace.
Of pensive memories lays about the braes,
The old chestnuts gossip tales
Of bygone days here, where some wandering preacher blessed was ill,
perhaps Sir Peden
on the middle hill.
had made his secret church in rain or snow.
He cheers the chosen residue from woe.
All night the door stood open, come who might, the hounded Kebbuck mat, the mud all night.
Nor are there wanting later tales of how Prince Charlie's Highlanders
I have had talents too in life's first hour,
got crowned with benefits, my childish kid.
flower after flower, I pluck them flower by flower.
Cast them behind me, ruined, withered, dead.
Full many a shining Godhead disappeared
From the bright rank that once adorned her brow,
The old child's Olympus,
gone are the fair old dreams, and one by one,
as one by one the means to reach them went. one by one, the stars in riot and disgrace. I squandered what? They've shut the door, alas, on many a hope.
Too many.
My face is set to the autumnal slope,
Where the loud wind shouts.
they've shut the door, alas, on many a hope.
And yet some hopes remain that shall decide my rest of years.
And down the autumnal slope, gone are the quiet twilight dreams that I loved, as all men have loved them.
Gone, I have great dreams,
And still they stir my soul on high. Dreams of the nice, stout heart and tempered will.
Not in Elysian lands they take their way,
Not as of yore across the gay champaign.
towards some dream city towered and mine. The path winds forth before me, sweet and plain.
Not now.
But though beneath a stone gray sky,
November's russet woodlands toss and wail.
Still the wide road goes through them. Still may I,
strong in new purpose, God may still prevail.
I and my like,
Improvident sailors, at whose light fall awaking all my heart, grew populous with gracious favor thought, and all night long thereafter, hour by hour,
The pageant of dead love before my eyes,
when proudly and old hopes with downcast head
followed like kings, subdued in Rome's imperial hour,
followed the car and I.
peers they evermore, unwearying bear the sky floor.
Man's theater they bear with ease,
Unfrowning carry I tides. I for my wife the sun uphold, or dozing strike the seasons cold. She on her side in fairy wise deals in diviner mysteries, by spells to make the fuel burn and keep the parlor warm to turn. Water to wine and stones to bread, by her unconquered hero head.
a naked Adam, naked Eve, alone the primal bower we weave.
Sequestered in the seas of life, a Crusoe couple, man and wife.
With all our good, with all our will, our unfrequented isle we fill.
And victor in days petty wars, each for the other lights the stars. Commend my eve and to and fro, let us about our garden go. And grateful hearted hand in hand, revisit all our tillage land, and marvel at our strange estate, for hooded ruin at the gates, its watchful and the beside the rose. How far a little virtue goes.
All that love the far and blue,
whether from dawn to eve on foot,
the fleeing corners ye pursue,
no weary of the vain pursuit,
or whether down the singing stream,
paddle in hand, jocund ye shoot,
to splash beside the splashing bream, or anchor by the willow root.
or bolder from the narrow shore, put forth the cedar arc to steer
among the seabirds and the roar of the great sea, profound and clear.
Or lastly, if in heart ye roam, not caring to do else and here, safe sitting by the fire at home,
Footfalls in Utah or Pamir. Golden city come in view.
to the beholder's eye. Your late denuded bindings lie
subsiding slowly where they fell,
a disinvested citadel. The obdurate course at Cupid's foe,
the Dutchman's breeches frilled below,
those that the lover notes to note,
and white and crackling petticoats.
From these that on the ground repose, their lady lately re-arose,
And laying by the lady's name, a living woman re-became
of her that from the public eye they do enclose and fortify.
now lying scattered as they fell.
An indiscreet a tale they tell of that more soft and secret her, whose day-long fortresses they were, by fading warmth, by lingering prints. These now discarded scabbards hint a twofold change the ladies know.
First in the morn the bugles blow,
And they with floral hues and scents
man their ribbon battlements,
but let the stars appear.
and they shed inhumanities away.
And from the changeling fashion sea, through comic and through sweet degree,
In nature's toilet unsurpassed,
forth leaps the laughing girl at last. Fixed is the doom, and to the last of years,
teacher and taught, friend, lover, parent, child,
each walks so near, yet separate.
each beholds his dear one shine beyond him like the stars.
We also love, forever dwell apart. With cries approach, with cries behold the gulf,
The unvaulted as two great eagles that do wheel in air. Above a mountain and with screams confer,
far heard athwart the cedars,
yet the years
shall bring us ever nearer. Day by day,
endearing week by week, till
to our souls a brave deception cherish.
So from unhappy war, a man returns, unfearing all the seamen from the deep.
So from cool night and woodlands to a feast,
may someone enter and still breathe of dews, and in her eyes still wear the dusky night.